Jai Gurdeep. Good morning, dear students. Today we will start new chapter of EVS, that is chapter 5, plant parts and their function. Here in this picture you can see parts of a plant which you have already studied. Now the parts of plant are divided into root system and shoot system. We can see that root system is the part of plant which is below the ground, and shoot system is parts of the plant which is above the ground, where we can find stem, leaves, flowers, fruits, birds, etc. But here in this chapter, apart from this, we will study about the function of these parts of plant. Means we will study about the function of root system and shoot system. Also, there are varieties or there are modifications in these parts that we are going to study here. First of all, the root system. Root system is the part of plant which is generally below the ground. Now, what is the function of roots? In the picture you can see that root is absorbing the nutrients from the soil. Whenever you are giving the water to the plant, are you giving it on the stem or in the roots? Generally, the correct method of giving water to the plants is you are giving water to the roots, where the roots is there. We cannot see the roots because it is underground, but when you provide the water, it is towards that part, means soil. You are giving it to the soil so that it will be absorbed and the roots will take that water to the stem. We cannot give directly water to the leaves and stem. Yes, we can clean them by giving the water, but that water and the minerals, the fertilizers which you are adding, we are adding it to the soil. And from the soil, these root hairs, you can see, they are absorbing the nutrients and water, and then they are supplying it to the stem, and then it goes to the leaves. Other function is that the roots of the plants are responsible to hold the plant firmly to the soil. If the roots are sometimes rotten, then the plant gets died, and if you are damaging the plant's root, then it won't be able to stand firmly in the ground. The roots also holds the particles of soil which prevents soil erosion. Now, what is soil erosion? When there is excess of raining or excess of water, the soil particles they get wash off. To prevent that, if there are so many plants, then the roots are going to hold the particles of soil with them firmly, and because of that, that part of soil is not going to wash off from that place. So it prevents the soil erosion, which is very good and very required for our ecosystem. Now we will study about types of roots. Yes, the plants of roots are also of different types that we are going to study in this chapter. Mainly, the roots of the plant are divided into two types: taproot and fibrous root. Here in your book it is not given, but I am giving you the common specification for these roots. The plants which are having taproot, their leaves are generally like this. They are having parallel venation, this kind of venation. And the plants which are having taproot, their leaves are like this. This is called reticulate venation. So from the leaves only we can find out, or we can make out that this plant is having taproot or fibrous root. This is one of the specification or identification you can do in with yourself. Yes, I was talking about taproot and fibrous root. You can see in the taproot various kind of picture. There is this root is bulgy. There is one main root you can see in taproot. Can you see? This is the picture of carrot, turnip, and there are other kinds of plants which will have generally taproot. All the trees, they are generally having the taproot kind of structure. There is main root which is thick, and then it is having the branches. These branches are then spread all over. Whereas in fibrous root, which you can see in the grasses, and there are other plants like rice, wheat, where we can see this kind of root. Here there is no main or the thick root. There all the roots are spread away in the ground. There is no kind of branches. Taproot, as I told you, taproot grows vertically down in the ground and it gives out limited branches on all the sides. These branches are called lateral roots or side roots. This is the plant, and you can see there is main root which is little thick and it is having the branches. So we can see the root. This is taproot. And these branches, apart from this main root, the branches which are coming out, these are called lateral roots or side roots. The example of such kind of roots are radish, turnip and carrot. There are many other plants which are having this kind of roots, but these are usually the roots which you are eating, and you can identify if it is coming to your home. So you can find out in the carrot itself is a root, and there are small hair like structure, those are the lateral roots. In turnip also you can see this kind. Radish, that's why I have put the pictures, so that here when you see these vegetables in reality, you can make it out. You can relate it, and it will be easily in your mind that you have seen these pictures, and yes, you are going to eat the taproot of the plant, and you can find out the lateral roots of these vegetables. Now coming to fibrous root. These types of roots spread out sideways, as I told you earlier also, and has many branches. There is no main root and it does not go deep into the soil, whereas in taproot the main root goes deep in the soil. But here there is no main root, all the branches of the roots are spread in the soil. These fibrous root branches holding the soil particles together, and this prevents soil erosion. You can see in this picture, when these roots spread all over, so they will firmly attach with the soil, and thus the particles of soil are binded to them, and it is spread in large area in the ground, and thus it prevents the soil erosion of that area. See, this is the picture of fibrous root. Here the examples are all types of grasses. In this season you can see in your garden, in your pots, even some grasses are grown itself. So you can dig it out and you can identify the roots from yourself. Rice, the plants of paddy plant, its roots are also fibrous root. Then wheat, this is wheat. I have taken the picture of wheat plant. This is the roots of wheat, that is also fibrous root. Grass roots you can see, and paddy plant too. All these are the pictures of fibrous root. Here children, I can give you one activity also. If you want to know the function of root, you can take two plants. Just take the plant with its root and take two pots, label them A and B. In plant pot A, you will plant the small plant with root, and in another pot you will cut the roots of the plant and then you will plant it there. Keep those pots in the sunlight and observe them after 3 to 4 days. As you are giving the water, you will keep giving water to both the plants in usual manner. But after 3 to 4 days, you will observe the plant of pot A is healthy and growing, whereas the plant of pot B is dying, is not growing. You can determine that it is because of the roots. We have cut the roots of the plant in pot B. So the plant is not able to get the water and nutrients. So it is not surviving. Whereas in the pot A there is root, and root is supplying the water and minerals to the plant, and so the plant is growing. For taproot and fibrous root, one more activity you can do. You can take out a small rose plant or marigold plant if it is in your vicinity. Just take it out, dig it out the plant very carefully, and then wash the roots. You can see the kind of root. You can dig out the grasses in your vicinity and wash it off its roots and observe the kind of root. And by observing, you can send the pictures also, and you can identify the taproot and fibrous root practically by yourself. Okay, now we will move towards next kind of root. Can you see the picture? This is the picture of which tree? Yes, banyan tree. And here in this picture, can you see something? There is the branch of tree, and from that branch something is coming out. Long structure. These are actually the roots, and this is really amazing. That's plants whose roots are coming out of the branches. Just now we have discussed that roots are growing underground, but these plants are amazing. Their roots are growing out of their branches too. And why it is so? These roots which are coming out of their branches are the stilt roots. They are giving the support to the plant, and it helps the plant to spread in large area. And the example is banyan tree. Same kind of thing you can see in sugarcane plant also, that is prop roots. They are coming out of the stem part, and they are giving the support of the stem to the ground, because those roots which are coming out of the stem, and they are getting attached to the soil, and in this way the sugarcane plant is able to stand erect. So this is the amazing kind of root. There is one more kind of root which is going to amaze us, that is breathing roots of mangrove plants. Yes, a kind of plant called mangrove is generally grown in boggy area, marshy area, means muddy soil, whereas water is locked. So in such areas, it is difficult for the roots to do the gaseous exchange, to respire. So what happens? These roots starts growing upwards to respire. That is against the gravity. So when they grow upwards, they are able to exchange the gases, that is carbon dioxide and oxygen gases are exchanged. And these roots are, because that is the muddy area, so it is difficult for the air to go inside that. It is very marshy area. So in such area, the plants of those roots are coming out and growing upwards, and thus they are able to take the gaseous exchange in the environment. So for this class, dear children, we have studied about the roots, types of roots, their functions, and few amazing kinds of roots. Now in next class we will study about the shoot system. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.